Is everybody in?
Yes. Everybody hear us is actually the main question. We've had some problems with our microphone in here. So is everyone online hearing us? Thumbs up? Yes, no? Give us a reaction.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Perfect. People still coming in, Rodrigo, or are we pretty?
We got one in the waiting room. Boom.
What time do y'all have? I'll go ahead and say a prayer. It's 11:16. Okay, thank you all for being here. The Lord be with you.
Also with you.
Let us pray. Almighty God, we give you thanks for this day and for this time together. We give you thanks for this Bread of Life passage Sunday. We're in 5 weeks of that. Remember that you are the bread of life. You come to us to be in relationship with us, to nourish us, to teach us, and to communicate with us. And on this Sunday, as we launch this realm, remind us of the value and the importance of communication and relationship. We give you thanks for staff, Kate and for Claire, who are here today to walk us through this. Remember the gift of patience and endurance, all this for a wonderful reason, to share your glory in our community and the world. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Now we'll move away from the creepy position of being back here. Thank you too. Blessings to you all and enjoy, because they have a very good presentation today.
Hi, everyone. Thank you very, very much for coming. Those of y'all who are online and in Killeen Hall, and those who are watching this at a later time, or this is maybe your third watching of this to try and get everything together. Thank you very much for your grace and your patience and your good humor as we get our way into Realm.
Yes, good morning. So Kate and Claire here. Kate, I am the Director of Finance and Stewardship. I'm Claire. I am the Rector's Assistant and Membership Director. And I think we'll just launch into it.
Do it. Hopefully everyone can see that. So this is our agenda. Don't panic. It may look long, but we're going to try and be as thorough as we can. And I do also want to say, if you have any questions at any time, if you're online, feel free to go ahead and throw them into the chat. We'll try and address everything at the end, but if something occurs to you and you don't want to lose your train of thought, put that into the chat and we will absolutely come right back to you. So we're going to start off this morning with what is Realm. We're going to then talk about how to get started from those invitation emails that we hopefully that we sent out to you on Friday that you hopefully received. We're actually going to walk you through using Realm and how to make changes, how to look at your privacy and security. Kate is then going to talk us through giving and pledging online. Then we're going to go over the directory. We're going to talk about event registration, and then we're going to talk about all of the advanced stuff that we haven't quite accessed yet, but is definitely coming down the line. So, what is Realm? To be perfectly honest, Realm is actually ACS, which is what we currently use. It is the same company, it is the same people, it is the same support staff. It's just a different look and it is upgraded. It's essentially what happens to every kind of software. They go through upgrades. It's got a different look, it's got some different usability. And to be perfectly honest, who knows, in a couple of years, we may have even been forced to make this change as they stop supporting the other system. Realm is essentially, it's a giant toolbox for our church. There's a lot of capacity and utility here. Its main use is as a database. It is to keep your information safe and secure and up to date. It is good for this church staff, so we can make sure we have your emails and your addresses and your phone numbers. It's amazing for our finance department, so they can keep up with your online giving and your pledging, as well as some of those special pledges that we tend to do and online fundraisers. That's the main reason for Realm. It is really primarily a directory and a database to keep everything safe and secure. We have roughly 1,500 members. So that's a lot of information. And so my big question is your data up to date? If you have changed your email in the last month and didn't tell us, we'll get to that in a second. But this is, the great thing about Realm is that it now is actually empowering you all to make those changes. I mean, you can obviously always call us and we're more than happy to make those changes for you. If you changed your address or changed phone numbers, family life, all that kind of stuff, you're more than welcome to call us. However, the usability in this system makes it really, really easy for you all to make those changes and puts the power into your hands. Because as I said, 1,500 of y'all, we really need your help from time to time to make sure that we are getting in touch with you and staying on top of everything.
Yeah, and one of the things you can do is you can add an alternate address. For a lot of folks travel, go up to the mountains in the summertime. You can add an alternate address, and when you come back to town, you can flip your address back to your local Tallahassee. So it's that kind of information. We also keep kinds of information like baptismal dates, confirmation dates, notes about anything to know about you, your family relationships. So the software is designed for church use. And there are thousands of congregations, all denominations across the country who use this software. So it's really excellent, and we hope that you will take full advantage.
It's also, it works on a purely practical basis. It's very good for us because Kate can use this not only to do financial reports, but she can use it for payroll. And one of the reasons why we waited to do the upgrade to Realm is we wanted to make sure that ACS and Realm, the main umbrella company is ACS Technology. We wanted to make sure that Realm was where we wanted it to be, meaning it had the financial capacity and that they had worked out all of those initial beta testing kinks, and they have for the most part.
Right, that it's completely integrated. So we do all of our financial accounting software through Realm as well. So all of our payroll, all of our accounts payable, our deposits, keeping track of all of our money is fully integrated with the membership database side. So your contributions show up on your record.
So there's a lot we can do with Realm, lots and lots. We're just gonna start with the absolute basics. So hopefully on Friday, and again, this is actually what I spoke about previously. If, say, you were previously using a Hotmail account for your email and you changed that within the last few weeks and didn't tell us, this invitation went to that email address. It didn't go to your new one. So if you have changed your email address, let us know. We'll send you an invitation.
Right, and also let us know if you have not seen that email, be sure to call the church office. It's a simple thing that we can do on our end to resend it to you. If you are looking around and you're not seeing it, always double check your spam folder and your email accounts, because sometimes things just automatically get filtered there, even though that's not where you want it. Usually you can say this is not junk or this is not spam, and let your email provider know that Realm email should show up in your inbox.
And another thing to point out, this email will say St. John's Episcopal Church, but it wasn't from our email address. That's another thing. It does actually come from Realm itself. So in this email, basically, it's going to have a lovely little link to activate or to create your account. You're going to click that link, and it's going to already have your email address filled in there.
Can I put you on timeout for a
Sure,
second,
yeah,
Karen?
that's
We're hearing some chats that the sound is not great.
You need to move the camera closer to them because that's.
No, it's that, it's not working again. It's can they hear us at all?
Garbled.
Hearing garbled and background noise.
Okay, can you switch the, under mute, can you switch that to the webcam microphone and take it off the speaker phone one? You'll need to use the, that one for Billy call. Mute on the way over. There you go.
Thanks for your patience.
And then go to the little carrot and then switch to the microphone on the webcam.
Okay, so
Okay, how is that? Is that better?
are we having
Yeah.
better sound?
Is that better?
Carolyn, I see your head nodding.
Okay.
Yes,
Roger,
better.
Awesome.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, thanks y'all. Sorry, we are having some technical difficulties with our main microphone, so we thought we got it fixed and
Okay.
Maybe we'll get that fixed.
We're seeing that it's better. People are
Yes.
hearing better.
Awesome.
Okay, thank you everyone for letting us know. Be sure to, if you're having questions as you go, I'm going to be watching the chat, so just go ahead and drop them in there and we'll try to answer them as we go. Okay.
Okay, so hopefully you will have received your invitation or you'll be receiving it within the next couple of days. Essentially, all this invitation is asking you to do is click on this link and create a password. Realm is a bit picky about their password, and that's really to ensure your privacy. So you may have to throw in a few numbers and capital letters and possibly an exclamation point or two, and try and make it something that you can remember. I know we're all getting password fatigue, but yeah.
And just a note too, a little difference between our prior version of ACS, the My St. John's portal, to the Realm portal. This is more of a closed system. So it used to be that anyone could go on and make an account. If they were in our database, you could create an account. Now we have to invite you. It's more secure. It's more of a closed system. So it needs to be generated by the staff to come to you in the form of this email with a link that you simply click and set a password. So one of the things that ACS heard a lot across the country was that there's a real need and desire for security, increased security, because this has information like your birth date, your address, your phone number, and we all know that there's a lot of bad actors out there on the internet. And so this is a more private and secure system. So this is why it's very important that we send the email to you. And again, if you have not received it on Friday, don't panic. Just call us and let us know, or send an email to us at the office, to kate@st-john.org or claire@st-john.org, and we'll resend it to you. It's just a simple click, no big deal.
Okay.
Ooh, look at Barry's already signed in, got his password. Good job, Barry. Same with Leslie.
So once you've had your invitation and you signed in, created your password, you can now access Realm on your desktop, meaning on your laptop, on your processor, that kind of thing. Or you can download the Realm Connect mobile app for your phone or tablet. And basically, and I'll probably say this a couple of times, there are many roads to Rome and they all get you there. So you are essentially using the exact same software. It's just you're going to find different ways and different pathways of getting to where you want to go on these different operating systems. One thing I do want to point out, and is down here, where that this is, since this is new and updated software, if you have an older device that has not been updated, it's entirely possible this will not run at its best capacity. So according to ACS and to Realm, it is supported on iPhone, iOS 14.1 or later, iPad operating system 14.1 or later, or Android 7.0 and up.
And that's just, I'll just make sure everyone understands that that's the operating system of your phone or device. So on your iPhone or on your iPad, under settings, you can see what number of software you have on your device. And so you generally just do a system update overnight. A lot of times your phone will say, make sure you're plugged into a power charge. You can set it to run overnight to update. So that's the operating system of your device. But you also would want to make sure that your browser that you use to access the internet, that's sort of like your way to find websites, you want to make sure that your browser is also up to date. And you can usually do that on the settings and just making sure you have the latest version.
And it works on Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, Safari, Microsoft Edge. It does not work on Internet Explorer because Microsoft has stopped updating Internet Explorer. So if you are currently only using Internet Explorer on your desktop, you might want to look into downloading something like Chrome or Firefox because it's just not going to work. I actually kind of experimented the other day, and yes, it really truly does not work.
So Microsoft has moved to Edge.
Microsoft has moved to Edge. That is their new browser, and it does work on Edge. I'll be perfectly honest, not as well as it works on some of the other browsers, but it does work.
So it's great to have Realm on your home computer. If you pay bills there and you want to register for things or you're surfing on the internet, it's great to have it on your desktop, but it's also really great to have it on your mobile device that's with you on the go. So if you're out, you want to meet a friend for lunch, or you want to call somebody, you can access the directory from your phone.
And one thing I would like to quickly point out about, let me get there. You can actually access, I mean, yes, hopefully you've gone, the first way you're getting into Realm is via that invitation, that email invitation that we sent you. However, say you're traveling, oh my gosh, I can't remember the website. You don't need to go back and find that email. You can go to the St. John's website and go all the way down to the bottom of the homepage. And like you used to go to the My St. John's portal, you can still click there and it will take you where you need to go. Or just bookmark onrealm.org/St. John's Tally. I'll do that actually right now for myself. Is I will save that and make it as a bookmark in my browser. So anytime you just, oh, I need to go look, just start typing in on Realm and it should pop right on up. So we are now, hopefully everybody can still see what I'm doing up here. We're gonna meet Susie Q parishioner.
That's Claire. We gotta make sure.
I know, oh yeah, we're not going into mine. I can do all sorts of stuff. So this is after you have set up your, and hopefully I've done that one right. You've set up your password. And again, I do want to just point out all roads lead to Rome. So just because my setup on my desktop looks slightly different from yours doesn't mean that you can't access the exact same stuff. So we are going to start off with some of the basics. You want to go to your profile. Say you want to change your email address. Just click on my profile. Now I'm using Mozilla Firefox, and so that's where I'm finding this. I believe if you're on an Apple product, everything's down at the bottom of the page, all of your options.
Well, I think that's on the
On
app,
the app, okay.
not necessarily on the laptop.
So,
I have that, but there's nowhere for me to go other than to click on this post.
In the top right corner, do you see your name? And you see a little
Got it?
drop on, click on
Got it.
that and you should
Yeah,
see your
got it.
profile. Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
I thought that was just.
Okay, hold on. We have a, please repeat the bookmark link.
It's up there.
The little star.
this little star, and again, I'm using Mozilla, so it might look different for everybody's different browser, but you can click on a little something like that.
I'll drop it in the chat.
And
I'll drop
it'll-
that in the chat.
Yeah, that's just basically bookmarking something in your browser. That way you can then go to your bookmarks over here and find them all. So, okay, we're in Susie's profile and you can edit your profile. So she's changed her address. She's no longer at 123 Main Street. She's at 456. You can edit that. But first, the one thing I really want to show you before we get into those is the great thing about Realm is that it really puts managing your privacy into your hands. So you can click here to manage privacy. And you've got options. If you tap anyone in the church, that means anyone can see Susie's information, her email, her phone number, her address, her birth date, not the year, I do want to point out, but they can see it when she was born.
And again, that's just in the church. Remember, this is a closed system.
Yeah.
This is not anyone in the world. This is anyone who has a login and an account with Realm that's in our church.
Yeah.
So it's basically meaning that anyone could look Susie Q up if they wanted to have lunch with Susie Q, or they had a meeting with her and they were running late and they wanted to let her know, but they forgot her phone number. If she had not clicked anyone in the church, she would not appear in the directory. And that is the choice of the parishioner. We're in a world where we want to empower people to have their privacy settings the way they want. I would personally recommend that if you are okay with people calling you or texting you, that you would click anyone in the church so they could find you.
But then the great thing about this is you can actually, right here, you've got an option for custom privacy, which means you can adjust the privacy on each of these informations. Say you don't mind people knowing where you live, but you really don't want them to call you. So under address, anyone in the church can see she lives on Main Street. Her phone, she really just wants the staff people to have access to that. So that's going to be users with permissions only, meaning myself, Kate, Deborah, and the clergy. Email address, she doesn't mind if anyone emails her. Personal information, that's things like birthdays and I think probably the groups that she's involved in. Again, she doesn't mind everybody knowing about those. So let me scroll down. Anyone in the church. So now she's set up her privacy. Remember to press the blue button for save.
Don't forget to save your work.
Please save your work. Now she wants to edit her profile. You click on edit profile. And again, the layout might be slightly different if you're using a different device, but the terminology should be there. So honestly, just play around and press the buttons. I promise you can't break this. And if you do manage to break this, I will be super impressed. I really, really will. We will absolutely fix it. We've got the other thing I do want to point out, Realm has a very, very good support team. Their tech support is great and very, very helpful. So honestly, even if you do manage to break it, we can get it fixed. So you can go into here and edit profile. She can change her name. She can change her address. She can add a home phone number, a mobile number, a work phone number. Email addresses, she can, if she's got an alternate email, say she wants to actually put in her work email as well, do that. It even has options for your social media. She wants to put in her Twitter link. Again, this is sort of for the use of the directory. Say she wants people to see her Instagram page or her LinkedIn page. She can put all that in there. Again, when you make any changes, don't forget to press save. So that's for contact information. Now we've got personal information, which is just next to it. This is gender, marital status, allergies. And then here's a couple of interesting ones that I quite like that we added in. Does she want to opt in to receive our Friday e-chimes? Yes, she does. Does she want to opt out of receiving paper mail? So say you don't actually, you're trying to cut back on all that. You're trying to go as paperless as possible. Click yes. Then don't.
Does this mean you still will get some mailings from the church?
You will absolutely still get some mailings from church. You will get things from having to do with finance, because that's very important, and very important parish announcements. You will still get those things. However, this means you probably won't get your Advent week booklet and those kinds of things. But all of the important financial stuff, yes, you will absolutely still receive those in the mail. And as always, don't forget to press save. Do you want to talk giving?
Yeah, so let's talk about Susie. Susie's just newly joined the church, and she is ready to pledge and give and set up an online gift. So Claire's going to be my lovely assistant here. So we're going to just click on the giving. So notice on your screen, if you're on a desktop or laptop, you'll have over on the left-hand side that menu bar where you can look at maybe events to register for. Giving obviously would cover any of your giving groups that you may be involved with. So we're in the giving tab. So you'll first notice that it pops up over on the right-hand side. So you have also little tab folders, like they look like folder headings at the top, giving, pledging. And so we're going to start. Remember that a gift and a pledge are sort of two different things. A gift can be in service of fulfilling a pledge. A little over half of the St. John's parishioners pledge. And this is what we talk about every fall, and it's coming up. So you'll be hearing more from the stewardship committee about pledges for the annual fund in 2022. You can pledge at any time during the year if you are coming along, joining the church, or maybe you weren't ready in the fall, but maybe your circumstances are a little more stable and you're ready to pledge in the spring. That's fine. It's at any time you want to. So Susie's ready to pledge. So she's going to click on pledge. And then you will see here, she has some choices. So she's going to first decide, she's prayed about it and she's decided that she wants to give $100 twice a month. She gets paid twice a month, and so she's decided that's what she's able to do. So she's going to give $100. You'll see here that we have two pledge campaigns going right now. We're in the final stages of the capital campaign, and then we have our annual giving, which is the 2021 annual fund. So that's where she wants to have her giving. So go ahead and click there. We put those dates so that we could start entering pledges in the fall and we could continue them. So she's ready to give, let's see, she said twice a month. So you have options with the frequency with which you might want to pledge. And then it'll ask, when do you want this to start? So she's going to look at the calendar and she says, I get paid on every other Friday. So she's going to make her first one, let's say the 20th of August. And then she's going to have it run through 2022. She says, I'll revisit it next year and make a new change. So that's her total amount. So she can stop here if she's the type of parishioner who likes to give in the plate on Sunday morning and she just wants to set up her pledge. That's where she'll stop. She'll stop with the save pledge and the pledge will be entered and I'll get a notification about that. And I'll say, thank you very much, Susie Q. If she is decided that she's comfortable with online giving, and just a quick note about online giving with Realm, they use a third-party vendor called Venco, which is sort of like the back-end processing. You know, we all know all these transactions that we're paying with debit cards everywhere. There's a back channel of how that money moves around. So Venco has the highest level of security, and that's PCI compliance. It's probably more information than you'll ever want to know, but that's important to me as a financial person. I pay a lot of attention to that. I'm very careful about any of your financial information. Credit card numbers, checking account numbers are always blacked out. They're stored in files that are locked. We have an annual audit. So please be assured that your security is very, very important. But she's comfortable. She's moving to all of her bills are being paid online now. She likes that. So she's going to set up her recurring gift. So you can click on save and set up. So here we are. This is the more typical giving screen that you'll see. If you're on the website and you click on the Give Now, it's going to pop you into this pop-up where you're going to basically be putting in your financial information. So this would be, and you have choices whether you want to pay out of your checking account. That would be an ACH transfer. Personally, I recommend those. That's what I like because it is a lower fee, number one, first and foremost. Number two, it's not as contingent upon, I mean, how many times has your credit card or your debit card been compromised? Somehow the bank suspends it, but they forget to tell you and you're in Publix. This may or may not have happened to me recently. We were actually at Universal and they shut off our debit card and nobody told us. So that was fun. But if you're linked to your checking account, that's a number that never changes. And it's pretty secure, very secure. So you can do a credit card, you can do a debit card, you can do a checking account or a savings account. So whatever, Susie doesn't really have a bank account, so we're just pretending here. But so she can give, she's giving, it's already set for the multiple times, twice a month. And she's giving on, you can put your the first day. She wants to do the 15th and the 31st because that's how she's paid. So there we go. And then we have our start date on the 20th. Actually, let's change her start date to the 13th so that she'll get that first August payment. So she'll have 2 payments for August. So hopefully this is making sense for how this is set up. It's pretty intuitive. You can set up a one-time gift. You can set up a recurring gift. But what Susie's done here is she has done the pledge and the gift at the same time. Sometimes people have choices. Some people just set up the pledge, like I said, and want to give in the plate with a check, or maybe they like to mail their checks, or now they've set it up through their bank online payment system. So it's not even coming through our system, it's coming through the bank system. That's also an option. So this is just to show you how the recurring giving goes. So we can go ahead and we can just exit because there's no bank.
Yeah.
So you can see here, these are your choices up top, bank account or credit. I have a question here from Jan. Will current pledges roll on automatically? Yes. Yes, they will, Jan. Thank you for asking that. So when we converted, we took all of our existing data and we converted it into the new platform. And that was last week. And Claire and I did lots of checking and making sure everything ported over correctly. And then we said, okay, turn on the lights and we're golden. So this would be for anyone new who has not set up a pledge or recurring gift. This is how you would do it. And again, you can do this yourself, or you can fill out your pledge card in the fall and just send it in and we'll take care of setting it up for you. So you have choices there too.
And if you are curious, I mean, like Jen raises a good point. If you want to double check that your history has come over, Unfortunately, Susie doesn't have any history as of yet, but you can look, and this would have shown all of her recurring gifts. It would have even shown that she did a flower dedication back in May for her mother's birthday. It'll show all of those kinds of things. So that would be under scheduled. And then I think actually if she was doing even more, it would show your history. You'd have some more
Yeah.
options to
And
show.
If it was in the giving.
Yep.
you can- Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Year to
giving will
date.
show you your history for a period of time. If you wanted to say you were still working on your taxes and you couldn't find the contribution statement I sent you, you could go back to the giving history and see your giving history for any period of time.
Yep.
So you have some choices there.
And at any time, if say, again, for some reason your Visa card decides to go funny, you can go and just manage your payment methods here. And that takes you back where you can add a payment method if you want to actually switch to your MasterCard or you want to switch to your checking account.
Yep. So that's Susie Q's financial giving history. Are any other questions about giving or how to find this? It's pretty self-explanatory, but I know sometimes it can get to be a lot. So we're always here to help you. If you just don't want to fool with it and you want us to set it up, you can call me. I'm in the office Monday through Friday. I'm always here to help.
Okay, so that is giving. Now we're going to talk about the directory. The directory.
There was a giving question.
Oh, was there?
Not sure
Sorry.
I understand. Oh, a difference between a pledge payment and giving. There's not really a difference. A pledge payment is a gift in service to a pledge. So that's a good question, Dennis. Some people give regularly, but they don't pledge. For whatever reason, maybe they have maybe they're paid inconsistently, or they're just not comfortable committing. We do encourage people to pledge because it's about your relationship with God, and it's a spiritual practice and discipline. And so when you set an intention to do something, you're much more likely to do it. Same with diet and exercise. If you say, I'm going to work out 5 times this week, and you schedule those times in your calendar, you're more likely to do it than as if you say, I'll just get around to it when I feel like it. So a pledge payment is a gift in service to a pledge, but not all gifts are pledge payments. So I hope that makes sense. Like you were saying about flowers, or you want to make a memorial gift, or you are registering for an event, those are all different types of payments. But when we talk about giving and pledge payments, that's really in service to the general operating fund of the church that covers everything we do here.
So here is our directory. Oh gosh, you can even see Caroline. She already filled out all of her stuff, and so Caroline Allen is online.
Good job, Caroline.
One thing I will say is if you are looking here and you can't find your friend Jane, where's Jane? She's not on here. It's entirely possible that she didn't have an email address, so we never sent her a Realm invite, or she did get a Realm invite and just hasn't gotten online yet. Y'all are the ambassadors for Realm. Please feel free to give your friend a nudge. If you're looking through here and you can't find someone, say, have you gotten online yet?
Maybe spelling Jane's name wrong too, so
There is
just putting
that.
in a J and an A will get you
That will
all the
get ya.
names that start with J and
A
A.
lot of different people.
Which is sort of fun, because I spell the name Megan, y'all spell the name Megan multiple ways, and I just start with M and E, and I'm pretty safe. Just saying, think creatively.
So we will use, since she's here, we're going to use Caroline as an example. I hope she won't mind. Caroline's uploaded a great photo. She even told me the other day that she replaced it. That's something you can do in your profile. You can upload a photo. All of her contact information is available to us. We can even see that she's married to John. You can see her personal information and her birth date. You can see which group she's part of, which brings me to groups. That is a really great aspect of Realm that we have not explored yet. We are getting there, I promise you. So don't worry about groups, not quite yet.
It's coming.
It's coming.
It's
It is
advanced.
absolutely coming.
It's graduate level.
And groups are going to include things like committees, as in our vestry. It will include groups like our guild, like Flower Guild and Altar Guild. And it creates a great way for folks to stay in touch and to make sure that they know they've got, oh, I can't make this Altar Guild this weekend. Can you? It's another way of staying connected. I promise we will get to that, just not today. You can even chat with Caroline. I won't send her anything right now because she won't know who Susie Q Parishioner is. Well, she might, but you can chat to her. You can send someone a little message.
This will probably come if I were to send Caroline a message from Susie Q saying, hey, how are you? Are you free this Saturday? She will most likely get an email notification that she's received a chat notification. So she'll just come in and go to communications and then go to her inbox. Now, obviously, I'm with Susie Q right now. So I'm going to Susie Q's inbox, which is empty because no one's chatting to her yet. But the directory is very, very similar to what you've used before, which also brings me to another point. And I do apologize if it seems like I'm bouncing around. The app y'all used previously was called Church Life. Realm Connect takes the place of Church Life. So if you would like to, you can get rid or uninstall the Church Life app. By doing so, nothing's being deleted. Don't worry, you're just getting the app off of your device. This is going to take the place of that, which again is why we are asking you, if you notice that your friend isn't online, give them a little nudge to get them online so that we can make sure that our directory is robust and that people are able to get in touch with folks. And again, if you're having a problem with directory, you can always call us. We can always help you out as to the best of our abilities.
Yeah, and that's just a really important point, Claire, that there will be a period of time. It's going to take us a little while to reach everybody and to get everybody on board and to get everyone to create their account and set their settings so that they can be seen in the directory. So it's not going to happen in a week. It's probably going to be several months, I'm guessing. You'll see lots of reminders in the chimes. We'll talk about it at church. Claire and I are talking about having some open houses around lunchtime on our lunch hour. If you want to bring your device, if you're still struggling a little bit and you want a little one-on-one, we would be happy to sit with you and show you how to do all this stuff to empower you to stay connected, because it's a really important tool and we want to take full advantage.
For example, I'm away tomorrow, but Tuesday to Friday, I will be in my office between 12 and 1:30, basically the cafe hours. So feel free to stop by on your lunch break, and I am more than happy to try and get you up and running. We will laugh and cry and smile our way through it as we get it all sorted out.
Peggy wants the Women's and Men's Horticultural Society included, please, in the groups.
Absolutely. They're on the top of my list.
Yes.
Don't worry about that.
The one group that you'll see is St. John's Episcopal Church. That is the group, that is the everybody. That's the everybody group, right? And then there will be other small groups that will roll out. The small groups are getting ready to form again in the fall, like we did last year. And this is a great tool for those groups to stay in touch with each other, with prayer requests, with conversation, with sharing. Think of, what did, who said that Realm is, or was it you?
Wallace, actually. He said that Realm is, what is it? It's if ACS and Facebook had a baby. That is what Realm is. However, I would like to point out that Realm has much, much better privacy settings and security than Facebook ever
maybe
did.
Instagram and ACS.
Yeah. But you'll probably notice if you're looking at the interface, it is more like, mimics more of a social media tool in that there is a news feed, that the layout of it is a little more streamlined and clean than what we had before. So this is a way for folks, lots of people are on Facebook, lots of people are not on Facebook. And this is a way that you can stay connected to your church family if you choose.
Yep. For example, when it comes to communications, if you check the newsfeed, I did, and again, it's very, very similar to something like Facebook. I posted this a few days ago, and you can like it. You can put little comments on it or that kind of thing. And we're working out how we want to utilize this best. If you're ever really, really though, in curious about what's going on at the church, the website is still going to be your one-stop shop for news articles, see, Abby's already commented on that. It's for news articles and events. So if you want to know what's happening this Sunday, who's on Coffee Talk, you want to go to the website. That being said, if there is an event, for example, this October, I don't think am I?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think I'm spilling too many beans. We're going to have a great speaker coming October 16th. Brian McLaren, Faith After Doubt, is coming. There will probably be a nominal fee for that. So if you want to, as well as possibly limited seating. So if you want to register for that, you are going to go like you used to go to Secure ACS, and you will register using Realm to attend that and to pay for your ticket. Now I will go ahead and show you. We do currently, this is an invitation class, but this is what the events are going to look like. It'll give you the date by which you need to register. It will tell you all of the details, how many times, where it meets, who you need to contact for more information, what the cost is, and the description.
So I have a question.
Absolutely.
So I'm a member of St. John's and I really want to tell people to come to Brian McLaren, but they're not members. How are they going to register for that event? For Walking the Warner's Path, I have a shareable link that'll be available on the website.
Yeah.
Is it going to be the same sort of deal?
That's a good question. We have not crossed that bridge yet, but I am imagining that you can have a guest that you'll be able to, you know, like a lot of,
Is ACS at a guest
Yes.
option?
yes. So we'll test that before we launch that, certainly.
Yeah.
Terrific.
Now I'm sure there's a way we can get non-parishioners
Yeah,
to
just
sign up and to pay. I have a feeling we can get there.
terrific, because the same applies for, no sarcastic fun. Walking the Mourner's Path will be run again. That is a 8-week series, and it is open to people who are not members of the parish.
And Barry is asking a very good question. Is this just for official church groups? Yes, we want to keep our communication on this space about St. John's. There are lots of wonderful groups all around town that people are involved with. So I would encourage you to stick with your usual sharing patterns on Facebook or other social media for those types of events. And the groups that we will create here on Realm will be our internal groups.
I see that it's 11:56, and so we probably want to try and get to as many questions as we can. One last thing that I will point out is if you are looking at this on your desktop or on your iPad, tablet, or iPad, and you want to log out. If you're on your desktop, go over to your little icon up here in the corner, click on the little caret, and you can sign out. Now, I discovered this yesterday. If you are on an iPad,
Claire,
sure.
Can you move the black tab, but just the whole thing down so we can see what that carrot was? Aha, you guys now can see what she's referring to. Thanks.
If you're on an iPad, you're actually going to find this at the bottom of your profile page. So you will click on, I'm not going to show you here because it's won't pop up. But if you're on your iPad, you click on profile and you scroll all the way to the bottom. It's going to be there in red saying sign out. And that is how you sign out.
Okay, she's logged in. Good job, Susan. Way to go.
Okay, questions, comments, concerns, go
I have
for
a
it.
question.
Sure.
I logged in and I saw the information. It was great. I got into everything. But then when I logged out, I didn't know how to get back. And so I played around again. I was just playing with it this morning before this so I could ask you questions. And then I got this, tried to use the same password again. And I got Realm sent me an email that said, your Realm password changed. The password on your account has been changed. So how do I get back in the system? Should I set up a new password? And when I do, then do I use this email, this address, this .com address to get back into Realm?
You can actually get back into Realm either by, it depends on how you're using it. Are you on your laptop or on the phone or how are you
Right
accessing?
now I'm on my iPad, but I've got, I've got everything. I've got an iPad and I've got my phone. I could use anything, but right now I was doing it on my iPad.
Okay,
on my laptop.
Laptop. Go to your internet browser is basically what you want to do if you're using your internet, if you're using a laptop or a desktop.
Okay.
So go to your internet browser and type in onrealm.org.
Okay.
Yeah, if you scroll up, Susan, in the chat, there's a link in there. You can just click on that link.
Okay.
And
then will I have to set a new password probably?
No, ma'am, I don't think you do. I think that was just Realm saying, hey, you have actually set up your account and you now have a password. So
I just did that on purpose because I wanted to make sure you had another question. No, okay, I'll try it.
Okay. We can do hard things.
Good, y'all are doing great.
Any other questions about privacy, security, getting started, usability? Yes.
Well, you have to put your own picture, or is there already a picture that St. John has?
That is a great question. You know, I don't know at what point, Abby, that the pictures stopped happening formally with, you know, with print directories. But if you had pictures in the past, they're usually under your family picture. So usually there was a picture of like a whole family or just you or whoever's in your household. And then there's also a place for an individual photo. So Realm has a spot for two. So Claire, if you can go back up to Susie. Well, it should. We transferred all of our pictures. So if you had a picture before, it'll be there again, but it will, we're going to show you on Susie's. She doesn't have to, she's in a single household. Yeah, she's not a good example. But like, for instance, let's see, I don't know if Abby had a picture in there.
I don't have one right now.
Yeah, yeah. So they're basically two photos. There's an individual photo and a family photo, depending on your household. And so on the picture itself, if you're in a household that has multiple people, that you should see two little dots on that picture. And if you're on the one dot, try the other dot. And that's generally where the picture resides.
Or if you want, you can upload, like here, I'll show you. You sort of hover over your picture and then click on that new profile photo, or you want to remove, you don't want one at all. And so then you'll just need to upload JPEG or PNG up, and that'll do it. Susan, I don't think there's any problem whatsoever. It's really up to you. Susan asked in the chat, is there a problem if I stay signed in on my iPad and fail to sign out? No, it's really just sort of a personal preference. I'll be totally honest, I stay signed in on my laptop for these kinds of things. I pretty much always have most of my apps running, you know, so, but it's really very much up to you, but nothing should happen. It's this privacy and security. Like we said, this is sort of a closed kind of community. So I think it's fine. Abby, did you have a question?
No, I just said I put my picture in.
Good job.
I forgot skills and interests.
That is coming. That is going to be quite fun. We're hoping to do that. That will quite possibly involve a couple of quizzes around spiritual gifts, possibly maybe even tie in some Enneagram kinds of things. That is going to be the extension of communications and getting connected. For example, if you take a spiritual gifts test and it turns out you are super good at being hospitable, we want you as a greeter, so we may reach out. But that is coming down that's coming. We don't have this quite set up
As
yet.
we live into the capability and the functionality of the software, we want to be training and empowering lay leaders to use this, and we'll set them up with certain responsibilities where they can be the group leader and reach out to a group, or put, for instance, volunteer opportunities on there. So say a parishioner could search and say, I will have some time, I want to give, and this is what I'm interested in. So we will start building this out. But for where we are today, if you remember back to our elephant analogy, how do you eat an elephant? One bite. We want to get, our step one is to get everybody into the system, to get everybody to create a Realm account and a password and start using it. And then we will build out.
Will you populate those groups we're already in, like LIM or?
Yes, yes, we will. We will start building those groups out and keeping, you know, it's really important. Any good database is only as good as the data in it. And so you really need to have good procedures and good architecture and good maintenance, so that as groups change, people come and go. Vestry, you know, changes every year as people cycle on and off. That will be our roles here in the staff. And then as we build it out even further to empowering lay leaders to doing some of that work, but we'll be with you every step of the way to train you and show you. But first we have to know how to do it, and then we can teach you.
And kind of tacking on to that, if you do run a group, say you are, I'm just going to use her as an example because she's amazing. Say you are Angie Wiley and you're leading up the Altar Guild. Send me the list of your guild members, your up-to-date current list of folks who are currently helping you out. And that will really help us to make sure that, oh, you've got 12 members. Gosh, I historically have 35. I think that there's been an issue here. So again, this information is only as good as the information we have. So please feel free to send us updated lists. If you know for sure someone's not doing something anymore, let us know. That's great information for us to have. Okay.
Thank you all.
We are available we're here. Again, I'll be in my office this week, Tuesday to Friday. Feel free to BYOD, which is bring your own device, and I will get you up and running if you're having any problems. If you haven't received an email and think that you really should have, email me, email Kate, email Deborah Duggar. We will get it out to you. And yeah, thank you so much for your grace and humor and patience with this, and we'll get there.
Where is your office?
My office is right outside the interim rector's office.
And I'm upstairs on the second floor, so feel free to pop in and see me anytime.
Thank you all. Claire. Kate, thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be back next week, same time, same place. Thank you.